Okay, so in this layout update, I'm going to start off with talking about the walls here. Started painting them, getting the, eventually I'm going to get over this way, but I'm just trying to get it blue. My eventual plan here is to get this window covered and match the blue with the rest of the wall. Excuse me, I've been fighting with something the last few days. Something going around. But anyway, everything I did too this week, like I cleaned up in here, so I'm able to actually move around. I mean, this has been like this for months, where it was just a mess back here. And then I started cleaning stuff out. I finally got in here and made this all nice and neat. Eventually, I want to get rid of the layout in this section here, so I can put more drawer sets like those down there. Without getting too much of what else I've been doing. So moving over here. Yeah, we're caught on something there. Alright, so moving over here, let me get these out of the way. This is actually a new section of track. Working my way back towards there. Hopefully, eventually I'll be able to run 2 trains. Not really pressing it because I've been doing other stuff. But today I just pretty much on a whim just started setting this up. Let me move these guys back. Alright. Started balancing, put the curve here, and so now it's extended that way. It's getting eventually to where I'll be able to link both sections up and I'll be able to run 2. And then, you know, this here, getting to this section. And there's dog. Hey, dog. So anyway, back to this. I'm thinking about changing this actually to R104 from the R120, which means I have to put an extension of straight here to here. Same thing over there to change the dimension. But the reason why I want to do that is, yes, it's going to throw the track dimension off a little, make it look a little slightly weird, but I want to put a switch here into a siding with a small industry here just to kind of make it interesting and give myself something a little extra to work with. So that's something. But the only thing is, though, when you lift these up, again, well, you won't be able to see it, but there's like a ton of tile under there that I'm going to have to peel up, which is going to be a kind of a pain. So, not exactly in a hurry to do that at the moment, because I got other stuff going on. So moving this way, this is new. Any of you watching my short form content that I've been putting up, just as kind of small updates. I did this last night into early this morning before I went to bed. Put this crossing in. Like I said in the video, these things are just, I can just lift these up and plop them down. I'm still working on that back here yet. Eventually finish expanding all the way to the end there. Same thing with that. It just lays there, flexes. I've seen a YouTuber, I think Brickcrafts, I want to say, do this where he just made a flexible piece of 1x3 bricks. And it helps, and it conforms itself pretty well to the landscape, so I'm going to continue using that type of thing here and there. It's actually a lot easier, to be honest. And I got these 2 crossing pieces here. Now, you know, Lego is a little more stubbier in some things. Like, they look a little weird to me dimensionally, but I did some research on how tall a crossbuck should be from the base of the pole, at least to the crossbuck itself. And it's actually 9 feet in the real world, and where I have it is it's approximately 7.5 studs tall, which is the dimension I used for 9 feet approximately. And then moving back here, a little bit of groundwork. And then this is the locomotive shop that I'm still working on. Been working on it bit by bit here and there. But, you know, I gotta wait for a wee brick order to get more of the plates. I mean, I have more plates, but been just taking it slow so that I don't used up, and then I feel like I gotta wait and wait and wait. The other thing too is I've been looking in to see what I can put inside here, because this area's been left blank for now, because I want to figure if I want to put like shop tools or benches or piles of like shelving or anything in there. I haven't figured out yet. And I intentionally made this big enough for the SD40-2s because I figured it's going to be the largest power I'm ever going to store in these, put in this thing. The F units obviously can fit in there because they're smaller. And then we go into this thing, and we finally finish this building. And this is just basically to try to hide the doorway as best I can. You know, you guys have seen that too. But it's not, I didn't want to get too detailed with it because, I mean, you can make something either detailed or simple. I went with kind of half and half. Put some detail in it, like I have this crosswalk thing over the tracks. It's supposed to be like another building here in the blank space, but you know, use your imagination. But it's just something that's a little bit of a view break. And then coming around this side, walk around here. Fortunately, those lights are there, and I'm not an electrician, so I'm just leaving them for now. But maybe I'll work with someone in my family who knows how to take them apart. Maybe we can get them out of there and cover them up. But I saw this on some guy I know models an HO, and I was like, yeah, it'll look good on the building. So I put that on there just for detail. But that's pretty much, the building's pretty much finished. It's just to make, again, make a view break. So, I mean, that's pretty much walking back. We'll just try to get a broad view here of the whole thing. So, yeah, this is where I'm at. Been mostly focusing on this side. And this side's going to be more industrial. And eventually I'm going to be plating over a lot of this anyway, as this colors are clashing, because I only have so many of the brickyard. These are brickyard plates, if you're wondering. For those who've never seen some of my other content, like, that's what they're from. You can get them on Amazon. Prices go up and down, but you get 8 of them in a pack from anywhere from like $15 to $30, depending on what day it is, which is still cheap. I mean, that's compared to Lego base plates, they're still cheap. And you know, for those of you wondering too, I'm getting away from calling this a Lego layout because I've been mixing a lot more aftermarket, third-party stuff in here. So, you know, there's been recent events, the Bricklink issue for me, and then the issue with HA Bricks has kind of soured me towards the Lego company a lot. You know, I feel like it's just messed up that, you know, we're supposed to buy their stuff and, like, you know, I'm talking about Lego company. We're supposed to buy their stuff and be quiet. Well, I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm a hobbyist, and, you know, and I feel like if the big company doesn't care about me, then why should I care about them? You know, and for those of you who are thinking that, oh, you know, I mean, hey, if you want to stick with the brand, hey, that's your choice. I mean, if that makes you happy, go for it. But basically getting kicked off Bricklink limits so much of my buying ability. And, you know, I can't just, you know, go to Lego's own website and order something and then have to wait 2 to 7 weeks for stuff. I mean, come on. I don't have time for that. I mean, WeBrick takes about a couple of weeks themselves, but, you know, so far they've been decent. If I need parts bad enough, I'll have to just research what I need in Lego sets, I suppose, and buy them, but I'd prefer not to do that if I don't have to. Because then I got a whole bunch of other parts I don't have any use for. And, you know, some WeBrick stuff's also on Amazon, so I can get stuff there too for what I need, at least for now. And then just try to get the orders spaced out enough to where I can get things. So it's just, again, if you're happy with buying from the Lego brand and that's what satisfies you, then hey, again, if it makes you happy enough. But, you know, my alternative was just selling everything I had and quitting the hobby, which a lot of people didn't want me to do. So I'm sticking it out, but I'm finding ways to get around that. So be warned that in the future with this layout, a lot of it's not going to be Lego. So I'm going to avoid using that word when I call this a layout. I'm using the term brick layout. I mean, even these SD40s, the motors are not Lego motors. They're Weebrick motors, and there's some Weebrick parts on them, so they're not pure Lego. You know, same with those box cars. There's some Weebrick parts in them as well, because I needed them quick. I needed the parts quicker and cheaper. And let me tell you some guys about Bricklink. Since Lego took them over, the prices have gone up on both Lego.com and on Bricklink itself. You know, some say Lego wanted the customer data to help to get more customers. Okay, that's fine, but I think they also want to see if they could jack the prices up. That's just an opinion of mine. I'm not saying it's true, but you know, the prices have shot up a lot all over the board. So, but again, if you made it this far, you know, like, share, subscribe. I mean, this layout plans I have are going to be off the hook a lot. And unlike my previous layouts from years ago, I don't intend on tearing this down and starting all over multiple times. You know, the plans I have are ones that I want to stick with because I actually have the space to actually be happy enough. I mean, I could always use more space, but everybody can always use more space. So, like I said, you know, all the stuff, you know the drill. Subscribing doesn't cost anything. So, catch you guys in the next video. And hopefully in the future I'll stop saying so much, but I don't have a script. I'd make this stuff up on the fly. I'm trying to do better, you know, talking and stuff, but it's not easy, especially when you're tired on the weekends. And speaking of that, I'm also been putting myself on a diet, and I think that's why I'm getting more work done, because I'm not being dragged down as much. I'm getting where I have more energy. In case you guys are wondering, it's called the carnivore diet. And if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to go into detail of it. Look it up. It's helped me a lot to feel less sluggish. And I don't feel as garbagey, like health-wise. I feel pretty good other than being, you know, this sinus crap or whatever I had this week is just, yeah. But anyway, so I used that word again, but then I use it again. Oh well. And in closing, I think I'll give you guys another view of a dog. Yeah, bud, what are you doing? Aw. Well, private moment for him. But anyway, catch you guys.